Hello, friends of Golf Course Quality Fertilizer. Well, it's been a little bit since we did a video. I haven't done any about watering because we haven't had to water. I have only still watered 3 times this whole year. And where are we at now? Is this July 10th or something? I don't know. I missed July 11th. I missed it because I got sick over 4th of July, one of my favorite holidays. So I spent that time sitting in bed and just not feeling good. So that's part of why I haven't been able to do anything recently either. And meanwhile, while I'm watching everything, I mean, we got almost 5 inches of rain the other night from that hurricane that kind of pushed up through our area here in northern Indiana. Oh my goodness. So I haven't had to water, and now I'm seeing beetles. And I mean, I've been actually seeing them for about, what, 2 or 3 weeks now? Yeah? Yeah, I mean, goodness gracious. I have never seen so many June beetles. Those are those real big, green metallic looking guys. Those are huge. They set huge grubs, tons of like oriental beetles, which I used to never see. We've talked about those before, but oriental beetles are one of those newer ones. Mass Schaefers, those are the brown dead ones at the base of your lights that you'll find in the daytime that have come there at night. And then even we're having the Japanese beetles coming back too. So, I mean, this is going to be like the worst year, especially with all this moisture, keeping all those populations, that all those eggs are going down right now as they're mating and planting their eggs right now, or maybe even a week ago. All this moisture is keeping all those grubs alive. So if you don't got a grub control down, well, you better be paying attention here in the next month or so, because your grass is going to start having serious issues with varmints coming in to get after these grubs, or weird dry spots when there shouldn't be dry spots. So pay attention to that. If you see lots of beetles, or you have been thinking about, you've had a lot of beetles in your yard, then you might think about doing a grub control still, getting that down and kind of protecting against that. That would be a good idea. And now another thing, weeds. I mean, it's just been unbelievable the amount of phone calls I've got this year on clover and on bent grass and all these really wet loving weeds, because we haven't even had to. If I didn't water at all, my yard would still look the same as it does right now. If I watered 0 times this year, I think I could have easily got through all those spells with no watering. So only watered 3 times this year. If you're adding irrigation to this beyond that, you're probably getting diseases. You're going to get these weird weedy grasses that love the wetness, that kind of take over and really hard to get rid of, like bent grass. Poa annua loves the really wet stuff. And so you got to be real careful on your watering. Let's wait a little bit to start going after these weeds, though. Let's wait till we get into the beginning of August or almost to August. Then I would start going after your weeds and your bent grass and your clovers, because that's gonna be a better time to kill them. Right now, clover is kind of still going to flower. And when it's flowering, it's really hard to kill it because everything's moving upward. And so that's why some people struggle. Why can I never kill this clover? Well, you're spraying it at the wrong time. So you got to pay attention when do you spray these type of weeds and stuff. So wait here into August and September, where it's a great time to kill these weeds. And then if they're too thick of areas, then maybe we can seed right behind these situations. But be patient, be ready to spray. We have all kinds of solutions for all kinds of different weeds. So call me if you're having issues with weeds, if you're a customer of ours, of course. Anything else that you want to say, Rachel?
Well, so I have a question though. Why are the weeds so bad?
Okay, yep, that's a good question. So normally we don't get these really deep soaking rains all the time, especially during the summer. And so whenever you get these like 2 inches of rain, or you get these, well, like we got the other night, almost 5 inches of rain, it wakes up these weed seeds that have been dormant for 40 years under the ground, wakes them up that hasn't been able to germinate for quite a long time. And so they'll wake up these new weeds like clover seeds and all that. And with it constantly being wet, you're just getting this perfect condition for weeds just to germinate, because those seeds can sit in there for 40 years till it stays wet enough long enough. And man, we've been wet enough long enough this year for all kinds of situations to happen. So just be ready to spray those weeds back out, and we just start ourselves right back over into the cycle. Mother Nature is the boss. We just follow suit and fix what she's done to us later, right? So don't blame your irrigation guy or your fertilizer guy. Nobody's throwing weed seeds on purpose to ruin your lawn, because that's not what they want to do. So, you know, it's just Mother Nature sometimes throws some weird curveballs at us. And this year's one of those weird curveballs. And I mean, be ready, because there's still surprises yet to come. So be prepared and be careful with your watering. Thanks for listening.
have a question.
Yeah, what?
So, if my lawn is showing that it's struggling right now, should I do like a supplement? Let's say I'm on like a 4-step program.
And you've already got your mid-June down,
Yeah.
and now it's starting to look bad already? Yeah. There's a couple things you will have to do with that. It's a good question, because we do have a few people in those situations where they got their mid-June down, maybe even a little earlier than normal, right? And with all these super deep rains, that fertilizer is getting ready to run out. So you're going to have to make a choice here. Keep an eye on your lawn. If you start getting dollar spots in there, then you might have to put an organic down here in the month of, July or the beginning of August. Now, the nice thing is that September 1, it can last a lot longer. So if the weather's okay, like if it's like it is right now, we could actually sneak our September down around August 1st. So, and we're getting closer and closer to August 1st. So I think I just be a little patient, and maybe you might have to put that fertilizer down a little early for that third step. Okay. All right. Great question. Thanks. All right. I hope you guys got good answers for that. And if you have any more, don't be afraid to throw it in the comments. Ask questions. Ask, things like, hey, how do you redo this or do that? And I'll do some videos on that stuff. We're going to do some new videos on some liquid dethatchers that we're going to be working with, stuff to help with dog urine. And so keep paying attention. We're going to have a lot of cool videos coming up. Thanks for listening.